Hello guys, this is Ginevra here. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who have not subscribed yet, make sure you do to see more Star Wars content in the future. This is the final chapter of Reylo in The Last Jedi. Make sure to watch part 1 and part 2 of this video if you haven't. I will link the videos in the description box. Rey is escorted to Snoke's throne room by Kylo Ren. In Star Wars The Return of the Jedi, there is a throne room as well, creating a parallelism between Luke's and Rey's journeys. The initial situations are the same. Both heroes surrender themselves to the enemy, trying to turn the anti-hero back to the light, so Darth Vader and Kylo Ren respectively. Both hero and anti-hero have a chance to bond and actually speak about their feelings. Kylo and Rey spoke earlier during the elevator scene. Kylo Ren bows before Snoke, signifying how Rey's vision will not come true. Rey is released from her restraints, and as the conversation continues, Kylo Ren remains immune lifeless. Even when Snoke hits Rey in the head with the lightsaber through the Force, he continues to look down. Like Luke, Rey is tortured by Snoke in order to retrieve important information. Both Kylo Ren and Darth Vader look distraught. Kylo Ren looks up for a moment and then looks down. He is visibly shaking. When Snoke reveals to both Rey and Kylo that he was responsible for bridging their minds, Kylo Ren looks disappointed and irritated. He felt played and cheated. He enjoyed the idea of the Force connecting them spontaneously, but now he understands that third party interfered. I must say Kylo does not appreciate anyone jeopardizing his relationship with Rey. In The Force Awakens, in fact, he almost envied Rey's attachment to Han Solo and Finn, which shifted Rey's attention away from Kylo. After Rey is dropped down to the floor, the camera focuses on Kylo Ren's expression looking at Snoke's direction, suggesting a hostile sentiment towards him. That is when the audience understands there is something going on here. The shocking revelation is that Kylo Ren has always wanted to get out of there with Rey. He never intended on killing her, and when he's supposed to make a decision, he's able to defeat Snoke by taking advantage of his overconfidence. It is really important to note that the Skywalker family is the driving force of this saga. Throughout the 6 films, Skywalkers have dominated both the good and bad sides. After killing Snoke, he pushes the lightsaber towards Rey, and the way they look at each other is a look of hope and understanding. They're perfectly intertwined. That is also shown during the fight against the Praetorian guards. She grabs his tie in order to push a guard away from her. Their movements are in perfect harmony with each other, and the sequence also gives a glimpse of Kylo's concern for Rey. Rey was injured by a Praetorian guard and he reacts very vividly to that. He wants to kill and fight all the guards simultaneously so as to help her. I think it was added to the film to contrast Kylo's apparent indifference while she was being tortured by Snoke, even though he was not indifferent at all. Rey and Kylo share the legacy saber in order to save themselves, passing it to each other. Also, Rey grabbed his lightsaber earlier trying to attack Snoke. This signifies a comfortable state of mind when relying on each other. As the fight ends, Kylo is looking at Rey intensely. I would have sworn he was going to run towards her and kiss her, but then I forgot this is the second chapter of the saga. Rey deviates from his gaze and says, "The fleet." The focus is not Kylo Ren anymore, it is the Resistance. That is when he turned to Snoke's throne. His focus switched from his love interest to ambition. The so-called proposal scene holds comparative elements to Pride and Prejudice material, in particular to Darcy's proposal. However, the stakes here are much higher. Kylo Ren wants to create a new order in the galaxy and destroy the past, including the Resistance and the Jedi, the division between good and bad side. The problem is that there is always a good and bad side, and from Rey's perspective, if you choose to act on the bad side, that makes you a bad person. It is not always the case. The First Order is not in itself bad, but its agenda and purpose are not honorable. Now, Kylo uses Rey's parents to manipulate her. He tells her the truth about her parents' death and forces her to admit it. The music also suggests a dark tone here. He states she is nothing. The music is even lower and darker. However, when he says, "but not to me," the music changes, becoming romantic. When he says, "join me," the background sound shifts tone again. It is important to notice that cinematically speaking, the scene is highly structured. The flames coming down to the floor are reminiscent of Rey surrounded by rain, which symbolizes revelation, purity, happiness, and peace. Now, rain of water is being transformed into rain of fire. Fire signifies a shift in the state of mind and is often associated with passion, uncertainty, evil, burning love, and anger. The external represents the internal of both characters. Moreover, he is wearing the glove, conflicting with the cutscene where he and Rey touch hands after he removed his glove. This time he did not, signify how he's still holding on to that mask. When he actually says please, his redemption arc is set into motion. While Darth Vader did not beg Luke, he was trying to manipulate him with the truth of his identity, the same way as Kylo, but he never begged or showed desire to have him on his side. It was simply a way to control Luke's growing power. Kylo, on the other hand, shows a growing need to have Rey on his side. She declines the offer to join him and uses the Force to grab his lightsaber. They both use the Force, claiming the lightsaber. This time, it does not go to Rey like in The Force Awakens. This time the lightsaber is torn between them. Neither of them is the single chosen one or the rightful heir to the Skywalker saber. Maybe because they both are. They are a perfect match. They're equals in the Force now. He's now weakened by the tragic event of killing Han Solo. Rey has a deeper understanding of the Force now. Now, the lightsaber breaks in half, but the crystal remains intact. Therefore, the lightsaber's core is preserved and can be reborn in a new lightsaber. They're both pushed away by the Force on opposite sides, and they faint. Kylo wakes up lastly, and when Rey is already gone, she took the piece of the lightsaber and he's still alive. In the novelization, Kylo actually realizes how much she cares for him since she left him alive. I was disappointed that we did not see Rey waking up and leaving. From this point on, as you know, Kylo does not react too well to a rejection and he's left alone and angry as Supreme Leader. The final Force bond they share is quite brief but equally significant. Kylo is holding on to his father's dice and is immediately connected to Rey in the Millennium Falcon. They share a long gaze, but then she looks angry and disappointed and decides to shut the door on him. Then he looks down and the dice disappears within his hands. He is surprised because the dice was not real. His vision of him and Rey together was not real either. He's down to the floor in a submissive position, suggesting resentment, regret, and unhappiness. At this point, the audience is disappointed and hopeless. However, these negative feelings represent only a step in Rey and Kylo's journey. The Last Jedi as a whole does not initiate a journey to the light, but simply to true happiness. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. May the Force be with you.